You guys jump back into the win column today. Just your thoughts overall on the game.
Yeah, I think we did enough to win, obviously. I was really impressed with the pace of start that he gave us. I thought Grinsell came in, gave us some quality work there, and then to have Josh come in at the end, and pitch in the eighth. He hadn't pitched since last Friday. He's fresh, and I thought he did a tremendous job. Clutch hitting when we needed it. We didn't try to do too much, I didn't think, with a lot of the opportunities that we had. We just asked him to play simple baseball. We had a couple of 2-out hits, and I thought it was a good, clean game.
With another midweek tomorrow and then the series against Stanford starting Friday, just how important was it for Pace to go at least 5 innings today?
I don't know. It was great to have him go 5 innings and not give up any runs, and so it was awesome to see, yeah.
Do you think there were nerves with Grabman coming in that spot?
Oh, I don't know. There's probably nerves whenever anybody gets a chance to go out there. There's always a chance for nerves or something like that. I don't know if there were nerves though from Matthew today. I don't know why there would be any more nerves today than any other day.
Were you expecting to use Josh multiple innings today?
Yeah, it was a possibility. We could have gone even 3 or 4 innings with him today.
Just what do you see specifically from Pace, just compared to his last start and then the starts before that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll go back and look at the tape, but I just think that he threw the ball over the plate, with better intent. I bet his percentages were much, much higher without knowing the percentages right now. He was able to throw 2 secondary pitches in there for strikes as well, which is tremendous, and he had good sink on the ball. So, I don't know, when you're throwing 3 pitches for strikes and they have good stuff on them, it makes your job a lot easier. This is a good hitting team. These guys, they put up some runs here this last weekend, and Jackson held them to 0 in 5 innings. I thought that was fantastic.
Ceballos hit a 2 RBI single, but he made a lot of plays on defense out there in the field, like diving, sprawling crab at second base. Just what have you seen from him defensively this year, and how important is he at third base?
Energy giver, positive thinker, and positive player. He made a lot of very good defensive plays today. His hitting was good. His defense was good. He's also got ability behind the plate. You can put him back there and catch behind the plate. I think you've seen him catch in scrimmages, and he's very good back there as well. We haven't used him back there, I don't think, this season quite yet. But still, a very talented player. We're lucky to have him.
Is that an option for you guys to use him behind the plate?
Oh, there's no doubt. He works in drills daily with us. I think the guys at San Jack did a tremendous job of getting Saba ready for this level. He's excelling, and it's a credit to Tom Arrington and the staff at San Jack.
With Grabman, him coming in with those 2 outs, I think it was the 7th inning. Just what went into that decision? Why was it him and not somebody else?
For who's this?
For Grabman, for coming in the 7th with 2 outs.
Grabman's got a huge future with us, and we want to get him into as many games as we can, and especially big situations. We trust him.
Jaha's gotten to start 2 of the last couple games. Just what have you seen from him at the plate? Gets a hit today.
Well, he's earned some playing time, and he's had good quality at bats. He got a hit in his first at bat. I don't think he had anything else happen with him at the plate that was fantastic after that. But Jackson's a great kid. He's young. He's another young, talented player that we have, and getting him a start out there today, it's exciting for us to see our young players get a chance to play.
Drew Cali with the other 2 RBI singles. He's had multiple hits in 8 of the last 14 games. Just how important is it for your lineup specifically for his bat to come alive?
Well, he can carry you for a weekend. So, when you get one of those guys, whether it's Smith or Cali or Ceballos, any of those kind of guys, that they can carry you for a weekend. And so to get 1 or 2 of those guys hot is usually, that's what happened when we went on an 11-game winning streak is, we got several of those guys all of a sudden got hot, and we saw, the stats go through the roof from being mediocre to really, really good. And so, when you got guys that are extra base hit type guys, not just good hitters, but extra base guys that can do more than just a single you to death. Those guys can really help you a ton on a weekend series or in a game and take it over. And so I'm all for it if those guys want to get hot here for the next 5 days or whatever it is, or the rest of the season. That'd be a lot of fun.
What did you think of Grabman in his brief work today?
Threw the ball over the plate. I thought they got a couple of hits against him. Credit to them. But didn't look scared. Attacked hitters and actually made a really clutch pitch to get that 6-3 ground out, 3-2 slider in that spot. Made a clutch pitch when he needed to get out of a jam, and wasn't perfect, but I was proud of his competitiveness.
What did you think of Malaris today? It was 2 innings of work.
Lights out. Tremendous. And he's been really good for us. We're lucky to have him.
You guys have a plan for going forward for tomorrow? Like who's going to start?
We haven't even. We don't go into tomorrow before today. We just stick with one day at a time.
And do you think you can get your offense back to that 11 game winning streak where you guys are averaging over 10 runs a night?
Yeah, it would be nice, but that's just not hitting. Hitting doesn't happen to where you hit 600 every weekend or 500 every weekend. It usually comes and goes, and it's why you're really trying to get the pitching consistent to where the pitching can keep you in games when your offense isn't going at full tilt, and when it is going at full tilt and you're pitching the ball well, that's when you really can roll off some wins. But the focus is going to continue to be on good defense and hoping to encourage more quality pitching. And, the hitting, we've got a lot of talented hitters, and we know that it comes and goes, but those guys they'll be there for us as we go down the stretch.
One of those hitters, Colby Shea, gets 2 knocks today, keeps his batting average, I think, around 350 at this point in the year. And with his defensive center, just how important is he in your lineup on an everyday basis?
Really important, and I bet you if you asked him, he'd probably tell you he hasn't felt like he's really gotten going yet, as good as he can get going. And we've seen him get going pretty loud, and he hasn't done that quite yet this year, although his stats are still fantastic. That's how talented he is.